Mandy Schaefer here. I am back from my holiday break. It's been a few weeks since I made a YouTube video, so I wanted to get back on it, and I came up with another topic to talk about, and today we're going to talk about building a new home. Know that when you're building a home, you can also use a realtor, such as when you're going to buy a home, how you hire an agent to help find houses to take you to look at and eventually make offers and hopefully get offers accepted. Well, same goes when you're building. You can use an agent to help you go from builder to builder, and once you actually decide on which builder you're going to go with, that agent can help you with every step of the way. And the builder actually has the money set aside to pay the agent as if you were buying a home, in which case when you buy a home, the seller pays the agent, but in this case, the builder pays the agent. And it's no money out of your pocket as the buyer slash builder to do it this way. And the agent will be with you every step of the way, helping you answer questions, helping guide you through the design process, the paperwork, and that's some of the stuff I'm going to go over. So the first thing I want to talk about is, in regards to benefits of using your builder, is decoding the paperwork. The agent can help review the long, lengthy purchase agreement because it's going to be different for every builder. In many cases, it will be builder friendly to their advantage, and you'll need somebody, a professional, such as a realtor who's used to looking at contracts, to read through the fine print and clarify any questions with the builder before you go ahead and sign on that dotted line. What you want to know or make sure that you're aware of is that you know what it looks like if this deal falls through, and that information is always in the purchase agreement, and you just have to know where to look, and you'll want to know what that looks like, because what if you change your mind, or financing falls through, or you don't sell your house in time, or anything of that nature. You want to know what you're getting into first. Also, your realtor can help you create a reasonable timeline. For example, if you have to sell your house first, there'll be certain deadlines on when you have to have your house listed by. Also, if you're doing a two-step move and something falls behind in the planning and the builder takes longer, you're going to need somebody that has your back to communicate with the builder and keep them on track, because you don't want to have to pay another $1,200 or $1,500 if you're in a month-to-month situation while you're waiting for your new house to be built. The realtor can make sure that you're given a reasonable payment schedule, so that you're not asked to pay too much up front, and then also know what it looks like as far as being able to get any funds back if the deal falls through. It can help separate reality from what we like to call model home fantasy. So a lot of times you walk through the model home and you see all these beautiful things, but if you actually went through and upgraded your new build to everything that was in the model home, it could cost you another $100,000 off of the base price. So your realtor can be with you there to help make those decisions and help keep your upgrades within your budget. With the upgrades, your realtor knows that the house that you're building in the end has to appraise for the amount through the lender. The lender is going to send out an appraiser to make sure that it appraises for the value. And if it comes in low, it could say in the fine print of the contract that you have to make up that amount. So that's another good reason to have your realtor there to review the contract and know what you're getting into. Let's talk about lot choice. Now, that's something that is very important that you might not think about as in depth as you should. Perhaps you'll just go with whatever is the most inexpensive lot because you don't want to spend money on the lot. You'd rather spend more on upgrades in the house, which makes sense. But you might not want to be stuck against a busy road if you have children, or perhaps you choose a lot that is the road they're going to eventually be expanding that road, which is going to then come into your yard, which could affect the resale value. Or perhaps you're on a corner or the T of a street, and any cars coming down the street will be shining their lights in your window at night. Things like that you don't really think about, but that's something that a realtor can kind of get in your head and make sure you're aware of that and how it can affect the resale value. Segues to my next point, resale value. as especially a first-time home buyer, you've never bought a house before, therefore you've never sold a house before. So maybe you're not thinking about how in 3 or 5 or 10 years down the road, you're going to want to be selling this house. And you want to be able to get top dollar for it. You don't want to make decisions now that could greatly reduce the value of the home when you go to resell. And that's something else that a realtor will be thinking about, because hopefully when you go to resell, you're going to use your realtor. Same realtor. Financing. Your realtor can help make sure that you're getting the best possible deal when it comes to choosing a lender. Most builders will have their own. If they don't have their own, they're going to have a list of preferred lenders. And if you go with their lender or their preferred lender, they're going to usually offer some sort of incentive, whether that's putting money towards closing costs or giving you upgrades. A couple $1,000s in upgrades is usually some sort of incentive. So your realtor can actually, because sometimes those incentives can seem like a no-brainer. Of course I'm going to do that. But then you might take a realtor will look at the rate and make sure that you're still getting the lowest possible rate, and you wouldn't be getting something lower at another lender that could possibly match the amount of closing costs or upgrades that they're going to be giving you. Things like that you don't really think of, but that your realtor will look out for you in the long run. Also, this is a process. So building a house can take a minimum of 4 or 5. We're looking actually more around 6 months right now. So you're busy, you're working, you might have kids in school. So this isn't going to be your constant focus. So it's easy to lose touch with the builder, not be in constant communication, but that's why you have your realtor there to follow up with them weekly and make sure that everything's on track. So you don't lose communication and things don't start to fall behind. And most importantly, I think it's most beneficial for you to have a realtor during this process, just because you have somebody there that has your back, that's going to be looking out for you to make sure that you're getting the best deal possible, that you're not making more upgrades than necessary, that you're going to stay within your budget, you're going to choose the right lot, and everything that's going to help you resell the house in the future. And somebody who can communicate for you when you're too busy with life, because again, this is a long process and it is it's a huge step. So as I mentioned before, the builder will pay the realtor just as if a seller pays a realtor when you buy a home. Same thing, the builder will pay the realtor, so nothing out of your pocket. So it's very beneficial for you to use a realtor when you're building a home. Well, I hope everyone found this information beneficial. If you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to call me, 317-430-4496, or text me or email me, mandy.schaefer@talktotucker.com. Don't forget to check out my website, realtorinIndianapolis.com. Thanks for sticking around and listening, and stay tuned for my next video. In the meantime, Happy New Year!